This week's video is about buttoning up our 347 and TKX swap in our Falcon. This kicked my ass. There's no nice way to put it. Everything I did was problematic. This car's been problematic. But this, from the wiring to the motor mount, went from a 331 to a 347. Non-roller to roller. You'd think it'd be close to the same. Not even. Oil pans were slightly different, which made the steering rub, which in turn made the motor too low in the car. Had to raise it up about 1/8 of an inch so the steering didn't rub. Let's see, what else did we have? Rewired the whole dash. Put an ignition box in it. None of that wanted to work right. Just everything in this car bit me. Missed my favorite show of the year. Missed a cruising. The car's up and going. We're going to take it for a ride this weekend. A pretty far one. A couple 100 miles. See how it does. We might race it on Thursday if they have it. We got to do the rear wheel wells. And we're done with this thing. Unless it needs a cage. But that'll be done by the professionals. We messed up our carburetor. Got to tear that apart and see what we got going on inside that thing. It just dumps fuel down the motor like crazy. And it was running great. Well, so we thought. Well, welcome back. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. All that good stuff. And watch me tear stuff up. Well, it's Saturday evening. I've been here all day dicking around with this car. We got all the pedals are in. Gauges. I have to do the on and off switch for the water pump assembly. Ignition box is in. Then Kyle did a radiator in his truck, so in between helping him, I worked on the front. We got it up to top dead center, number 1. Got the new fuel pressure regulator mounted. This one has a return. Got the carburetor on there. It ain't bolted down, but it's on. Got to change the oil, hook up the gauges, prime the motor. Headers are all bolted on. It's coming. It's moving along pretty good. Got a few wires to run. We got to put another relay over there. There'll be a relay over there for the water pump. Hook up the alternator. It's coming though. She's moving right along. It's looking good. I think tomorrow morning I'm going to tackle probably gauges on the inside. Alright, it's Tuesday after work. So we got the radiator back. We got the fans wired in. Or the electric water pump. We got to hook up that plug. We're going to put the radiator in, put the hoses on. Start buttoning this thing up, do the spark plugs, the wires. We got to do that rear breather. We got the water pump switch hooked up under the dash. Got our relay mounted for our water pump, fuse. So now we got to run the ground for the relay. And the ground for the water pump, and that's all buttoned up. Drive shafts out to their drive shaft shop. We're going to do the exhaust tonight, the radiator, finish the fuel line, tighten up all the fuel lines, and possibly the battery lines. I see them hanging down a little, but we're going to get to work. Alright, it's Thursday. We're trying to get this thing ready to go tonight. We're hoping to take it tomorrow. We got to finish wiring it. The motor's all in, drive shaft's in, exhaust. Everything's in how it should be. We got to button up some wiring and give it a try. See if it'll start. We got to put some more water in it. Hook up a few more gauges. Little things. But it's coming. A couple of we installed a shift light. We got to wire that in. We're wiring in the gauges now. Wiring in the ignition box. Wiring sucks. I hate it. Every time I try to make it neat, it doesn't work. If I just start slamming one wire at a time, it works, but it looks like ass. So that's what we're going for. We'll neaten it up under there as we go, but pretty much we're just slamming it in and calling it a day. So we can drive this thing. Hopefully tonight we start it up. Tomorrow we drive. Here's our list of things we got left to do. It's pretty long and there's quite a bit, but we're slowly getting it. Alright, I'm going to finish wiring up this gauge panel, and that'll take care of a lot of that stuff. Alright, it's Thursday. We got a lot to do and a little bit of time. We got a lot done yesterday, last night. This is everything we got left to do, and none of it's good. Hopefully we're going to get this turkey started today. We're going to give her hell. We got the fuel system just about done. We got a lot done, so we're going to get busy and get some more done. Motor's in. All that's buttoned up. Got to do shifters, some fuel issues, little things, but we'll get it. Alright, it is Friday. You don't see much when you're wiring things. I mean, to walk around the car and look at it, you don't see anything different, really. Maybe the shift light, the gauges, a couple switches. But everything else, it still looks the same. But we are knocking things off our list pretty quickly. It's coming. We're getting things done. Hopefully we'll get it started today. I don't know if we'll get it driving. If it runs good, we might try driving it today. But if it don't, we won't. We have to time it, warm it up, and all that good stuff. See what it does. But it's coming. It's coming a long ways fast, too. Comparatively speaking. We're almost to the point where we're going to hook the battery up and see what it does. Let's see. We got one. These two wires are done. We got 1, 2, 3 more, 4 more wires to hook up. And that'll take care of the launch limiter, the line lock. We got to do the clutch and the throttle. And then we're going to try to start it. But we can almost turn the lights on, hook the battery up, turn the power on, and see what happens. We're getting real close. Alright, we're going to get back to work and get this shifter finished up. And then we're going to move on to something else. Alright, she's all wired up. She runs. We got to tuck all those wires under. Tighten up a switch or two. See if we can get the fuel pressure to do anything. But I think we're going to try it the way it is. Start cleaning out the inside, getting her ready to drive. Take it for a ride and see what it does. We got to look at the neutral safety switch. It doesn't appear to be working. Get the hood on it. Get the seats in it. We're going to get back to work on this thing, but it does run. We got to work out some bugs and get it a little more stable so we can let it run. But it is running. And it's not running too bad. Not too good, but not too bad. We had to modify the hose outlet for the water. We had to put a timing tape on it. I don't know why they make these aftermarket balancers with 37 zeros. I don't know. But we're making progress. Finally got some progress. So now we're going to start buttoning this thing up and see how it starts and runs and all that stuff. Let's see what it does. Come back here. Let's turn our battery on. Voltmeter's on. Water pump's on. Just because I had it previously running. Make sure it's in neutral. Put the key in. Give it a crank. And it runs. Runs pretty good. Decent oil pressure. Nice temperature. Everything seems to be okay. O2 gauge is warming up. Everything's on. Ignition's on. And it's running. Finally got her buttoned up. She's not too bad. Well, we're going to shut her down and get everything buttoned up so we can take it for a ride and see how it is. All right. Let's start cleaning up this inside and get some things done here. So here's our little Falcon. It's Sunday morning. It's been a shit weekend. We missed our favorite car show trying to get this car to run. It's very hard to find a good local show that I like. The Rebel Rousers Car Club had their show yesterday. I like that show. It's one of my favorite shows of the year. But being an asshole, this car was giving me fits and I couldn't just leave it. So we got it lined out. It's running now. I mean, it still needs tuned on. We still got some things to do inside. We got our makeshift center console made. Once we drive the car, if we like it, we'll paint it. But for now, it's just going to stay like it is. We got the dash. I hate dash lights that don't work. I hate it when they're dim and I can't see. I have a terrible time at night seeing. So I put LED lights in all the gauges, and I'm putting the dash lights on a separate switch so that they will be super bright when I need them. Problem with why the car ran like shit. These two wires go to the ignition box for different items. One is light blue, one is dark blue. In my eyes, they both look the same. So I had these two wires confused. Figured it out. We're good to go now. So we're going to start buttoning this thing up. And get it out of here. We got our power on. Everything's go. Headlights on. All the lights are finally working. Dash lights. I can't see at night, so I like a bright dash light. So there's all my dash lights. That'll be perfect. I'll be able to see what's what and who's who and how's how. Next up, we got to put the shifter boot down. We had a problem with the neutral safety switch. Got that fixed. She's ready to go. So that'll be our next adventure.